the FAA, which is overseen by Secretary Pete Buttigieg. A real winner. That guy's a real winner. Do you know how badly everything's run since he's run this Department of Transportation? He's a disaster. He was a disaster as a mayor. He ran his city into the ground, and he's a disaster now. He's just got a good line of bullshit. The Department of Transportation is government agency charged with regulating civil aviation. Well, he runs it, 45,000 people, and he's run it right into the ground with his diversity.
Juliet Mike 21, climb and maintain 17,000. Jane Mike 21, turn heading, disregard. Aircraft calling, say again. Lifeguard 46, climb and maintain 17,000. Juliet Mike 21, turn left heading 115. Wayfarer 515, traffic 3 o'clock, King Air, turn left heading 085. 4.6, 134.6. Wayfarer 515, descend to 10,000. Juliet Mike 21, do you have that traffic at your 9 o'clock? Wayfarer 515, do you have that traffic? Wayfarer 515.
Alright guys, welcome to the channel, America's Reality 360. Now first I want to start by saying we meant no disrespect with that intro, okay? I just want to offer like some original content. I like to put my own stuff in there. I don't want to just bring you the same video that everyone else has done 20 times already. I mean, I've seen like 5 about this topic and they're all pretty much exactly the same. So, you know, I just want to bring you something original. But, you know, nothing but respect goes out to the people involved in this situation, the families, okay? Everyone unfortunately did pass away in this incident, all the people on the plane and the helicopter, all right? There was 67 lives lost total, and our condolences, and we will be praying for the families involved, all right? There was 64 people on the commercial airliner and 3 military service members on the Blackhawk helicopter, okay? And our thoughts and prayers are with them, and we mean that seriously, not like the Democrats when they say, oh, that's just garbage talk or whatever, okay? We truly mean that. Anyway, so what we're talking about today, though, is more about the press conference that President Trump just had earlier, all right? And the spin that the liberal media is trying to put on this thing, okay? Because President Trump is going to lay out how and why he would suspect, and anybody with a brain would suspect, that maybe the DEI hiring practices that were introduced by the Biden administration, they may have played a part in what went wrong here, okay? And he's going to lay out exactly what the FAA themselves had said and what the media had distributed to the public. It's no secret. All right. And another thing I want to point out is how the media, they're trying to spin this DEI thing to mean like black people. And that's it, just like black people. And I've seen videos online now where it seems like some people in the public are starting to buy that. And that's not true at all. As you're going to see, the DEI initiative incorporated many groups of different people. And I think you're going to be pretty shocked when you hear it, especially for the FAA. Okay. And after you hear President Trump lay out the list of these groups of people, I want you to let me know in the comments. Are you comfortable with these types of people flying and directing the planes that you and your family are traveling on? You know, I want to know your honest opinion. It could go either way. Just let me know what you think. We're going to jump into it right now, starting with President Trump going over some of the DEI hiring practices. All right, roll it.
It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent. You have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith in American air travel. About that, I do want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruitment and hiring. The FAA's website states they include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism all qualify for the position of a controller of airplanes pouring into our country, pouring into a little spot, a little dot on the map, a little runway. The initiative is part of the FAA's diversity and inclusion hiring plan. Think of that. The initiative is part of the FAA's diversity and inclusion hiring plan, which says diversity is integral to achieving FAA's mission of ensuring safe and efficient travel. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's just the opposite.
So there you go, guys. We're talking about people with serious disabilities, okay? Serious mental disabilities, all right? People missing arms and legs. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong, no problems with a one-hand man, all right? I got a guy right across the street from me with one hand, and he's awesome, okay? He's a DJ. He doesn't let it stop him. But we're talking about flying airplanes. I mean, I highly recommend if you get on an airplane and your pilot's missing an arm or a leg, you might want to rethink getting on that flight. Maybe get a different one, okay? And don't feel bad about it either. Okay, this isn't flipping burgers at McDonald's, guys. Okay, and we're not trying to talk down to any of these people or discredit them, but you know, there's a job for them out there. Of course there is. But maybe it's not directing airplanes if you have a mental problem. Maybe it's not flying an airplane if you're missing an arm. Okay? That's just common sense. So now I'm going to show you how the Trump administration keeps reiterating the fact that we just want the best and brightest minds doing this. A very clear and senseful proposal, but the media is going to pretend like they have no idea what that means, and they're just up to their usual antics of twisting the narrative. But first, check it out. I just want you to see how many times the Trump administration makes this point about the type of people they want in the job.
When we deal with safety, we can only accept the best and the brightest in positions of safety that impact the lives of our loved ones, our family members. And I think you make a really important point on that, Mr. President. That is the motto of your presidency, the best and the brightest, the most intelligent coming into these spaces.
Not acceptable. But I want to echo what the Transportation Secretary and you, Mr. President, said, because it pertains to the DOD as well. We will have the best and brightest in every position possible. As you said in your inaugural, it is colorblind and merit-based. The best leaders possible, whether it's flying Blackhawks and flying airplanes, leading platoons, or in government. The era of DEI is gone at the Defense Department, and we need the best and brightest, whether it's in our air traffic control, or whether it's in our generals, or whether it's throughout government. So thank you for your leadership and courage on that, sir, and we'll stand by you on it. Thank you very much.
JD, please.
So there you go. That was Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. He said it. JD Vance even said it. Donald Trump said it multiple times. I didn't show everyone. I want to make this video kind of shorter. But yes, they keep reiterating the fact. They want the best and brightest minds. They want brilliant people, people who are above and beyond the average person. You have to have a quick reaction time. You have to be an extremely competent person when you have hundreds of lives in your control. They're responsible for you, our families, people from other countries. There was a few Russian people who died in this accident right here. And now that causes an international thing, you know, and they are going to be bringing the bodies back to Russia. I heard President Trump say that. So, you know, it's a whole diplomatic thing, but you got to understand this is very serious stuff. Okay. We're talking about airplanes here, guys. You know, I'm sure you get it, but as you're about to see, the liberal media, they don't get it. They're just there to make a narrative, to twist it up, to attack President Trump, make it seem like he's being racist or whatever. He's saying, you know, oh, no black people can have this job. I'm sure that's what they think. I'm sure if you read their articles, they're going to be saying stuff like that. But I'm going to show you right here how annoying they are, how incompetent they are, or just how ignorant they are. Maybe that's what it is. I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing. And, you know, Caitlin Collins, she's going to be the last one, I believe. And she's made herself a name by like being the attack dog, no pun intended, But yes, she's always nipping at President Trump. You know, these people, the liberal media, they want to act like when President Trump's in charge, they want to act like they're the ones, you know, standing up to the power, and they're out there for the people. But they didn't do any of that during President Biden's administration, right? No, only when President Trump is at the pulpit, then they want to get on the attack. Then they want to seem like they're really digging. And in 2016, they were really vicious about it. But this is a new era, and President Trump isn't having it this time. And you're going to see he handles it very well. Let's get into it. Check it out.
On DEI and the claims that you've made, are you saying this crash was somehow caused and the result of diversity hiring? And what evidence have you seen to support these claims?
It just could have been. We have a high standard. We've had a much higher standard than anybody else. And there are things where you have to go by brain power. You have to go by psychological quality. And psychological quality is a very important element of it. These are various very powerful tests that we put to use, and they were terminated by Biden. And Biden went by a standard that's the exact opposite. So we don't know, but we do know that you had two planes at the same level. You had a helicopter and a plane. That shouldn't have happened. And we'll see. We're going to look into that, and we're going to see. But certainly for an air traffic controller, we want the brightest, the smartest, the sharpest. We want somebody that's psychologically superior, and that's what we're going to have. Yeah.
We don't even yet know the names of the 67 people who were killed, and you are blaming Democrats and DEI policies and air traffic control and seemingly the member of the U.S. military who was flying that Blackhawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think were the names of the people. You mean the names of the people that are on the plane? You think that's going to make a difference?
Does it comfort their families
They
to
are
hear you
a
blaming
group of
DEI
people that have
policies?
lost their lives. If you want a list of the names, we can give you that. We'll be giving that very soon. We're in coordination with American Airlines. We're in coordination very strongly, obviously, with the military. But I think that's not a very smart question.
But are you
I'm
blaming-
surprised coming from you.
Are you blaming
First, if I can, the cited FAA text that you read is real, but the implication that this policy is new or that it stems from efforts that began under President Biden or the Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is demonstrably false. It's been on the FAA's
Who said
website.
that, you?
No, it's on the website, the FAA's website. It was there in 2013. It was there for the
Take a look
entirety.
what I read.
It was there for the entirety of your administration
Nice and
too.
easy.
So my question is, why didn't you change the policy during your first
I
administration?
did change it. I changed the Obama policy, and we had a very good policy. And then Biden came in, and he changed it. And then when I came in 3 days ago, I signed a new order bringing it to the highest level of intelligence.
It
Okay,
was on the website.
please. Quiet.
Welcome back to the.
So there you have it. The liberal media up to their usual antics, trying to twist the narrative, trying to jump down President Trump's throat and make it seem like everything he does and says is wrong. But it's not like it used to be. It ain't the first term anymore, guys. And I love seeing President Trump just, shut up. And, oh, that's a stupid question from a stupid person. So it's very fitting. And he's just not tolerating it anymore. You can see it. President Trump is, President Trump 2.0. And it's not like he wasn't always this way, but he's also doing it in a very more stoic manner, right? It's not as sloppy as some could say he used to be. And it's not even really as offensive seeming. It just seems like, yeah, of course he should say that to them. Look how they're acting. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think this is a good thing, how he's dealing with the media now? Do you think it's better or worse than it used to be? And do you think they have a point? He did say over and over again that this is still being investigated. They don't know exactly what went wrong, but it's just, you have to point out these things. This is what happened. And this DEI stuff is very serious and it has infiltrated every single corner of our society. So when you're seeing it in spaces like this, that should raise red flags, man. So we need to let the public know, tell everyone that this is the stuff that's going on, and make sure you and your friends and family aren't getting manipulated by any news articles that are saying, oh, President Trump's blaming this all on disabled people or black people or brown people, POC, gay, lesbian, trans, whatever it is. No, that's not what he's saying. He's just showing the facts, and the facts are very important. All right. Let me know if you agree. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow for another great video on America's Reality 360, and I'll see you over there. All right, guys. Later. Woo.
Mr. President, you have today blamed the diversity elements, but then told us that you weren't sure that the controllers made any mistake. We then said perhaps the helicopter pilots were the ones who made the mistake.
It's all under investigation.
I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense.